Welcome back to my channel, Worth Old Coins. Today is best, top 5 coins. One you want to miss we're diving into the world of United States of America coins. Please don't skip this video. So let's get it started. Top 1. The 1988 United States 1 dime, 10-cent coin, covering its background, design, composition, mintage, special features, and collector insights. Background of the U.S. dime. The dime, worth 10 cents, was first authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792 and first struck in 1796. The name dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tenth. Dimes have been issued in several designs and metal compositions over time. Roosevelt Dime Series, 1946 present. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. It honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, chosen for his role in founding the March of Dimes to combat polio. Designed by John R. Sinek, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver at the time. 88 Roosevelt dime. Design details obverse. Front. Portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left. Liberty. In God We Trust year. 1988 mint mark. Letter next to the date. P. Philadelphia. D. Denver. S. San Francisco. Proof only. Reverse. Back. Torch. Liberty in center. Flanked by olive branch. Peace. Oak branch. Strength. United States of America. E pluribus unum. Out of many. 1. 1 dime. Composition and specifications composition. Outer layers. 75% copper, 25% nickel core, 100% copper total metal. Makeup. 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel weight, 2.27 grams. Diameter. 1791 millimeter edge. Reeded. 118 reeds. Mintage and mint. Marks. 1988. Mint. Mint. Mark mintage. Type Philadelphia. P 1030 400,000 plus circulation Denver. D 1000 15,000 720,000 plus circulation San Francisco. S 3000 262,948 proof non-circulating. Mint mark location on the obverse front, just above the date and to the left of Roosevelt's neck. Value and collectability circulated 1988. Dimes P or D. Common in everyday circulation. Value, 10 cents unless uncirculated or has an error. Uncirculated, mint state, MS 65 or better, no wear, strong strike. 1.5 MS 67 or higher, $10 to $50 depending. On condition and grading proof coins. S, made for collectors, mirror finish, struck with special dies. Value, $3, more if graded PR 69 or PR 70. Known errors and varieties. Some 1988 dimes with minting errors are sought after by collectors. Off-center strikes. Double die obverse or reverse-clipped plancher's missing clad layer. Shows a copper core. Die cracks or cuds error values range from a few dollars to hundreds, depending on rarity and condition. Historical context of 1988-1988 was a typical year in modern U.S. coinage, with stable production and no major design changes. The U.S. Mint focused on high-volume, efficient-clad coin production during this period. Roosevelt's image remained unchanged since 1946, showing the design's durability and national familiarity. Summary: the 1988 Roosevelt dime is a modern non-silver-clad coin, was minted in large numbers at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, has modest value unless in high-grade condition, or with an error, continues the legacy of FDR and the March of Dimes, representing both health and economic resilience. Top 2. The 1997 United States 1 dime, 10-cent coin, including its origins, design, composition, and place in American numismatic history. Origin of the dime. The dime is the smallest denomination coin in U.S. currency, worth 10 cents. The term dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tithe or tenth part. The first U.S. dimes were minted in 1796 under the Coinage Act of 1792. Over time, the dime has undergone several design changes. Roosevelt dime, the current design. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945. Roosevelt was honored for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his association with the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. The 1997 Roosevelt dime obverse, front, portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left. Liberty. In God We Trust, the year, 1997 mint mark, if applicable. P. Philadelphia D. Denvers. San Francisco, proof coins. Reverse, back. Design by John R. Sinek, also designer of the obverse. Symbols, a torch, liberty, an olive branch, peace, an oak branch, strength, United States of America, a pluribus unum, out of many one dime. Composition of the 1997 dime-clad composition, not silver. Outer layers. 75% copper, 25% nickel core, 100% copper. Total composition, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel weight, 2.27 grams. Diameter, 17.91 millimeter edge, reeded, 118 reeds. Note, the U.S. Mint stopped making silver dimes for circulation after 1964. Mintage numbers for 1997 approximate number of dimes. Minted in 1997 Philadelphia. P. 1,228,571,000 Denver. D. 1,158,000 San Francisco. S. Proof only, 2,475,000. These numbers indicate the coin is common, with little collector value unless in pristine condition or a rare error type. Collector and error. Coins most 1997. Dimes are only worth face value. However, proof coins or coins with errors, e.g. double dies, off-center strikes, can be worth more. Coins in MS-67 or higher, mint state condition may sell for a small premium. Historical significance. The 1997 Roosevelt dime continues the legacy of a design in use since 1946. It reflects a stable period in U.S. coinage where major changes were minimal. Though not rare, it represents the ongoing respect for FDR and his contributions to U.S. society. Top 3. The 1968 United States 1 dime, 10-cent coin, covering its design, composition, minting history, context, and collector interest. Background of the U.S. dime. The U.S. dime is a 10-cent coin, introduced under the Coinage Act of 1792. The paper. Term dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tenth. Originally silver, the dime has gone through several design and composition changes. Roosevelt Dime Series, 1946-present, first issued in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who died in 1945. Roosevelt was chosen because of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and his association with the March of Dimes polio campaign, designed by John R. Sinek, U.S. Mint Chief Engraver, 1935-1947. 68. Roosevelt Dime, historical context. The 1968 dime was part of a transition back to more traditional minting practices. After a 3-year pause, 1965-1967, due to a national coin shortage and rising silver prices, key changes in 1968. Mint marks returned after being removed from coins between 1965-1967 to discourage hoarding. Proof coin production resumed, now at the San Francisco Mint, and included mint marks. All coins continued to be struck in clad, non-silver composition. Design details, same since 1946, obverse, front portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, Liberty. In God We Trust, year 1968 mint mark, below the neck of Roosevelt, P. Philadelphia, rarely used in 1968 D. Denver, S. San Francisco, for proof coins. Reverse, back torch, Liberty olive branch, peace oak branch, strength. United States of America, a pluribus unum, out of many, 1. 1 dime, composition and specs core, 100% copper outer layer, 75% copper, 25% nickel, nickel clad. Weight, 2.27 grams, diameter, 17.91 millimeter, edge. Reeded, 118 reeds. No silver content after 1964. Mintage and mint marks. Mint mark. Type mintage. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Circulation, 424,040,000. Denver. D circulation, 408,748,280. San Francisco S. Proof only 3,041,506 keynotes. Mint marks returned in 1968 and are found on the obverse near the date. Philadelphia dimes had no mint mark until 1980. San Francisco dimes were not made for circulation, only for collectors in proof sets. Collector. Value and errors standard value, as of 2024. Circulated coins, P or D, face value, 10 cents. Uncirculated coins, MS65 plus, $1 to 5 proof coins, S13 error coins. Value varies greatly. Known errors, off-center strikes. Double die obverse, reverse-clipped planches missing clad layer, exposes copper core. These can range from $10 to hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. Key points of interest: 1968 was the first year mint marks were restored since their removal in 1965. First proof dimes minted at the San Francisco Mint with the S mark. Reflects the post-silver era of U.S. coinage with full transition to base metals. Summary. The 1968 Roosevelt dime is a transitional coin. It marks the return of mint marks and proof coinage while continuing with the modern clad composition. It's a common coin in circulation but holds collector interest for its place in U.S. minting history, especially in proof or error form. Top 4. The 1967 United States 1 dime, 10-cent coin, covering its origin, design, metal composition, historical context, and collectible value. Background of the U.S. dime. The dime is a 10-cent coin, first minted in 1796, authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792. It's the smallest in physical size and one of the oldest U.S. coin denominations still in use. The word dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tenth. Roosevelt dime design, 1946 present. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, the year after President Franklin D. Roosevelt died. It honors Roosevelt's legacy, especially his role in founding the March of Dimes, which fought polio. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime's look has remained largely unchanged since 1946. Historical context of the 1967 dime, the Coinage Act of 1965. 1965-1967 were special years in U.S. coinage. Due to a national coin shortage and rising silver prices, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965. This act eliminated silver from dimes and quarters, previously 90% silver, changed the composition to a copper-nickel-clad coin, suspended mint marks, no P, D, or S, from 1965-1967 to discourage hoarding. Important note: 1967. Dimes do not have mint marks, even though they were made in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. 67. Roosevelt dime. Design details obverse. Front, portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Facing left, Liberty. In God We Trust. Year, 1967, no mint mark reverse. Back, symbols, torch, liberty, olive branch, peace, oak branch, strength. United States of America, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. 1 dime composition. And specifications core, 100% copper outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel weight, 2.27 grams, diameter, 17.91 millimeter, edge, reeded, 118 reeds. No silver content in 1967 dimes. Last silver dimes were minted in 1964. Mintage and total mintage in 1967, 2,244,720, All coins lacked mint marks and were not separated by mint. No proof sets were released in 1967. Instead, the U.S. Mint issued special mint sets, SMS, from 1965-1967 special. Mint set, SMS. Dimes higher quality than circulation coins, but not as refined as true proof coins. SMS dimes often have a satin or semi-proof-like finish. 67 SMS sets were minted in San Francisco, but still have no mint mark. Collector value and errors regular. 1967 dime extremely common. Value, usually 10 cents, unless in uncirculated or high-grade condition. 7. SMS dime can sell for $5. High-grade examples, graded MS67 or higher, may be worth 20, 100 plus valuable errors. Off-center strikes, double die, obverse or reverse-clipped planchets missing clad. Layer, copper core visible. These errors can increase the value significantly, depending on severity and condition. Summary of significance. The 1967 dime represents a transitional era in U.S. coinage. No mint marks, no silver, no proof coins, due to mint policy changes aimed at controlling hoarding and restoring coin circulation. It reflects both the economic realities of the time and the longevity of Roosevelt's legacy on U.S. coins. Top 5. The 1996 United States 1 dime, 10-cent coin, covering its origin, design, composition, mintage, and any notable variations or significance. Origin of the dime. The dime is one of the original coins authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792. The word dime is derived from the French word dime, meaning tenth part, since a dime is 1/10 of a U.S. dollar. The first dimes were minted in 1796, featuring Lady Liberty Roosevelt. Dime series. The current design of the dime, known as the Roosevelt dime, began in 1946. It was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who died in 1945. Roosevelt was chosen because of his founding support for the March of Dimes, a campaign to combat polio. The dime's designer was John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Design details of the 1996 dime obverse, front portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Facing left, Liberty, In God We Trust, the year. 1996 mint mark, P. R. Philadelphia. Denver's, R. San Francisco, proof coins. West Point, rare special issue in 1996 only. Reverse, back symbols, a torch, liberty, an olive branch, peace, an oak. Branch, strength and independence. United States of America, a pluribus unum, out of many. 1. 1 dime, composition and specifications. Metal composition, outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel core, 100% copper. Weight, 2.27 grams. Diameter, 17.91 millimeter. Edge, reeded, 118 reeds. Note, dimes before 1965 were made of 90% silver, but starting in 1965, they have been clad coins. Copper nickel. 1996 special release, the W, mint mark, dime West Point. Mint, W, produced a special dime in 1996 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime. These dimes were not released for circulation. They were included only in the 1996 uncirculated. Mint set only, 1,457,000 were made. It was the first time the W mint mark appeared on a dime. Value. Depending on condition, the 1996 W dime can be worth $50 or more, especially in mint state. Mintage numbers for 1996 mint mark. Mintage Philadelphia, P1 400,000 Pod Denver, D1 300,000 Pod plus San Francisco, proof. S 1,817,50,000, West Point W 1,457,000, special issue. Note, P and D coins are very common and usually only worth face value unless in uncirculated condition. Collector value and errors standard 1996 dimes are common. Higher values are found in proof versions, especially with the S mint mark. The rare W mint mark dime mint state coins, graded MS67 or higher, errors like double die obverse or reverse off-center strikes, clipped planches, historical significance. The 1996 dime marked the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime, a key moment in modern U.S. coinage. Roosevelt's image continues to honor his leadership and public health legacy. The W Mint dime made the coin special among collectors, as it was the first dime with a West Point mint mark. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.